Hello there, and welcome back to another adventure here on the beautiful island of Madeira. Today, we're heading out on yet another incredible hiking trail on this stunning island in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean. Surrounded by lush green mountains, dramatic valleys, and breathtaking views, we'll be exploring two of Madeira's famous Levada walks, Levada Nova and Levada do Moinho. Right from the start, the trail gave us a bit of a challenge, with nearly 100 meters of elevation gain that definitely got the legs warmed up. But once we conquered the first climb, the hike became much more relaxed, with rolling terrain and long downhill sections that made it perfect for simply enjoying the scenery. Along the way, we'll pass narrow Levada paths, peaceful forests, waterfalls, and incredible viewpoints that truly show why Madeira is considered a paradise for hikers. The combination of nature, fresh mountain air, and the sound of flowing water creates an unforgettable atmosphere. So grab your hiking boots, sit back, relax, and come along with us for another amazing adventure here in Madeira. The trail itself is located at around 400 meters above sea level, which also means that beside us, the terrain drops almost 400 meters straight down into the valley below. Because of that, this hike is definitely not for the faint-hearted. You should be sure-footed, comfortable walking along narrow paths, and ideally not suffer from a fear of heights. At several points along the route, the path becomes quite narrow, and since this is one of Madeira's more popular Levada walks, you'll regularly encounter other hikers coming from the opposite direction. That means stepping aside carefully, staying focused, and always watching your footing. One wrong step here could quickly turn into an unwanted shortcut straight down the mountainside. But despite the exposure, the trail rewards you with absolutely spectacular scenery. Towering cliffs, deep green valleys, flowing waterfalls, and endless panoramic views over Madeira's rugged landscape make every careful step worth it. The combination of adrenaline, nature, and breathtaking views creates an unforgettable hiking experience that perfectly captures the wild beauty of this Atlantic island. So if you enjoy adventurous trails with dramatic scenery and a little thrill along the way, Levada Nova and Levada do Moinho are definitely hikes you should add to your Madeira bucket list. And if you're wondering whether you'll get wet during this hike, the answer is definitely yes. The water comes from everywhere, from above, from the side, and even from below. Water drips down from the cliffs overhead. Small waterfalls cross the trail, and the levadas themselves splash constantly beside your feet. In some sections, it honestly feels like nature has turned the entire trail into one giant outdoor shower. So waterproof clothing and good hiking shoes are highly recommended because staying completely dry on this adventure is almost impossible. But that's also part of the charm. The combination of misty mountain air, flowing water, and lush green surroundings makes the whole experience feel wild, refreshing, and incredibly authentic. By the end of the hike, you may be a little wet, maybe even soaked, but you'll also have experienced one of the most unforgettable trails Madeira has to offer. Since you'll also be passing through a tunnel during the hike, bringing a flashlight is definitely a good idea. Some sections inside are quite dark, and the tunnel ceiling is not very high, so make sure to watch your head while walking through. At the end of the tunnel, another absolute highlight of the hike is waiting for you, and trust me, it's worth every step. Suddenly, right in front of you, you'll discover this incredible double waterfall crashing down the cliffs. The sheer power of the water, combined with the dramatic scenery around it, feels almost unreal. Mist fills the air, the sound of rushing water echoes through the valley, and the whole place has this raw, untouched atmosphere that makes it feel truly magical. It's easily one of the most spectacular spots along the entire trail, and definitely one of those moments where you just have to stop, take it all in, and enjoy nature at its finest. Of course, because the location is so impressive and popular on social media, this is also the place where most tourists tend to gather. So don't be surprised if you have to wait a moment to take photos or videos. But even with the crowds, the double waterfall is still an unforgettable sight, and without a doubt one of the biggest highlights of this Madeira adventure. At the turnaround point of the trail, you'll need to cross a small mountain stream. Depending on the water level, this can be a little tricky, so make sure you're steady on your feet and take your time crossing. The rocks can be slippery, the current surprisingly strong in some spots, and one wrong step can quickly leave you with soaking wet shoes. So either come prepared with good balance and careful footing, or be ready to continue the hike with wet feet for the rest of the adventure. Actually, you'll have to cross the mountain stream not just once, but twice during the hike. The second crossing is a bit easier, as helpful stepping stones have been placed across the water, allowing you to make your way over without too much trouble. With a little balance and careful footing, you should get across safely and, if you're lucky, maybe even keep your shoes dry for the moment. But don't celebrate too early. The trail still has plenty of wet surprises waiting ahead. Between waterfalls, dripping cliffs, muddy sections, and splashing water along the Levadas, there's a very good chance you won't make it back to the finish line with dry feet anyway. That's simply part of the adventure here in Madeira. A little wet, a little wild, and absolutely unforgettable. Because this trail is extremely popular, don't expect to have the path all to yourself. Throughout the hike, you'll constantly meet other hikers coming from both directions, and there's a good chance you'll spend parts of the trail walking behind groups of people. In some of the narrower sections, overtaking can be difficult, so patience is definitely part of the experience here. But on the positive side, the lively atmosphere also shows just how famous and loved these Levada walks are. So take your time, enjoy the scenery around you, and don't let the occasional hiking traffic ruin the adventure, because the breathtaking views and unique nature of Madeira make the trail absolutely worth it. I'm going to step back a little now and let the incredible impressions of the trail speak for themselves. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the breathtaking scenery, the sound of flowing water, and the wild beauty of Madeira's nature. In the distance, I can already spot the church, and that can only mean one thing. The end of the trail is getting close. After all the waterfalls, narrow paths, tunnels, and wet surprises along the way, the finish line is finally within reach. But even though the hike is coming to an end, the memories and incredible views from this Madeira adventure will definitely stay with us for a long time. After finishing the hike, it was finally time for a refreshing swim in the Atlantic Ocean. With a comfortable water temperature of around 21 degrees Celsius, it was exactly the kind of cool down we needed after the long and adventurous trail. The fresh ocean water felt incredibly refreshing on tired legs, and was the perfect way to end an unforgettable day here in Madeira. After all the steps, wet shoes, and mountain paths, jumping into the Atlantic felt like the ultimate reward. To perfectly round off the day, we treated ourselves to some delicious fresh seafood, the ideal reward after such an adventurous hike. After dinner, we took a peaceful little walk through a beautiful banana plantation that slowly led us down toward the ocean, surrounded by tropical plants, the soft evening light, and the calm sound of the sea in the distance. The atmosphere felt incredibly relaxing. And waiting for us at the end of the path was the perfect finale to the day, a breathtaking sunset over the Atlantic Ocean. Watching the sun slowly disappear behind the horizon, painting the sky in warm shades of orange and gold, was one of those moments you simply want to pause and enjoy forever. After that, tired but happy, we slowly made our way back to the hotel, ending another unforgettable day here on the beautiful island of Madeira. And that's it again for today. Thank you so much for joining us on another adventure here in Madeira. I really hope you enjoyed the hike, the waterfalls, the incredible scenery, and all the unforgettable moments along the way. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and follow along so you won't miss the next adventure. And tomorrow, we're heading back to Funchal for the famous flower parade, one of the biggest highlights on the island. Until then, bye-bye, take care, and as always, happy trails.